What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with some more NBA player props. We're also going to go over some of these game lines and talk about the money lines that I like for today. Before we do anything, we got to do the normal. We have to pick our winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. You guys know how this goes by now. If this video gets 250 likes, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month of VIP. So make sure you guys are hitting that like button, drop a comment down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed. You got to be a sub to win. So let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. Winner is going to be for R. Schwartz, said, let's get it. Well, Schwartz, send me a message on Discord. I will get you added for that free month of VIP. I do appreciate the love and support from you, and appreciate all the comments that we've been getting lately because they've all been pretty dang positive, to be honest, even though we've been having some rough days on the free picks. I don't know what it is about recording a YouTube video that makes me have to sneeze, but lately, man, the last few videos, every time I start recording, your boy sneezes like 5 times, and it just hit me. That was tough, man. Your boys, I'm struggling to survive after that sneezing session. But anyways, looking at free picks from yesterday. That's the bet tracker. The free picks from yesterday. We hit one of 2 slips. So I gave Siakam and Ingram yesterday for free. This one cashed. The other one ended up missing. Obviously, we had Kobe White with Jaylen Brown. And honestly, both of those ended up missing. Both of them had off-game shooting. Jaylen Brown got clobbered yesterday. Could not do anything. So other slip ended up missing. Other than that, VIP actually did good, man. First of all, I want to give a shout-out to Chan. If you guys know who Chan is, Chandler, he is our soccer mod. He posts a lot of soccer every day. Dude has been a beast on soccer. These are the 4 slips he posted yesterday. He, like, swept the board. I think he hit every single slip, and the ones he didn't hit, he ended up having a refund on. So dude has been a soccer guru. Right now is a big time for soccer. I know nothing about soccer, so I leave it to my man Chan to do that. If you guys like soccer, it is in our Discord, and he's been killing it. We also hit 2 of our 3 money lines for NBA yesterday. I took the Hornets money line. I put a unit on it. Then I put half a unit on the Hawks. So I gave you guys the unit management yesterday. I said put 1 unit here, to half a unit here, half a unit on the Hawks. Profited right at a full unit. But 2 of the 3 cashed for profit. We hit this nice little college basketball 5-man on sleeper for a nice little 4.1x, which is a good win, as well as a couple of college basketball money lines as well. So you can see here, had Oakland to win, plus $700 win right there. Then we had UCLA -4, that one cash, plus $800. And then we had Florida State wins by 4.5 points, and no, which means they do not win by 4.5 points, and that one ended up cashing as well. So nice day yesterday overall. Had a couple of bad beats, like the parlay play still been a struggle for me as of lately. But if you look at our bet tracker for the month on our money lines have continued to be profitable. That is 6 profitable days in a row. I know a couple of these or a few of these haven't been up by much. We're up a unit total on the 2 yesterday, and that's not including the college basketball. So I did not play college basketball yesterday. My dad posted college basketball on money lines. He cashed. I could have been up another $300, but unfortunately I did not play those because it was such a good slate. Or there was a lot of NBA that I liked, and I was scared that I would overplay the slate. So I just ended up not playing college basketball myself. So bets yesterday that I placed, you can see I had Hawks, I had Lakers, and I had Hornets. The Lakers ended up selling me for a unit, but the other 2 cashed. So I could have swept the board if the Lakers would have hit. But overall, guys, great day, or a great month. $8,500 total on our money lines, which puts us up $13,485 since the beginning of December, since we started tracking these money lines. And every single bet is tracked. If you guys do want to get every single one of these, you can go join our WAP. The WAP link is down in the description. It is $10 a week or $25 per month, and I give you every single personal slip that I play. Plus, you get access to a huge community of sports enthusiasts who, if you want to chat, the chat stays bumping. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty funny half the time. A lot of just goofing around in there. If you guys want to be a part of that, mods are posting slips as well. So we got soccer mods, we got NBA mods, we got tennis mods, we got fight mods for UFC. So if you guys want to be a part of that, like I said, you can get 20% off using code NBA. For the ones who asked, because I had a comment yesterday asking, I can't remember who asked it, but regardless, if you need help with this, just download the Discord app on your phone. Click the Discord link in the YouTube video. It'll give you an invite to our Discord. The Discord is free. You can join the Discord, and you can send me a personal message, and I will answer your DMs. It might take me a day to get through all of them, but I'll answer your DM. If you need help getting signed up, I can help you with that as well. But what you do is you pay through WAP, you connect your Discord account to your WAP account, and it gives you VIP access in Discord. So you just have access to the premium version of Discord, if that makes sense. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump in to our free picks for today. So what I'm going to start doing, guys, in these videos, is I'm going to go over the money lines like I have been, but I'm also going to tell you, like, these are my favorite money lines for today. I'm going to start doing that. Now, today's slate's a little bit ugly. I'm not going to lie. It worries me slightly. There's some coin flip games, a lot of games on back-to-back, so it's not a perfect slate or anything. I'm still going to give you my favorites. So let's talk about the first game on the slate, which is going to be the Bucks versus the Wizards. This one is going to be in Washington. Washington is plus 123 underdogs at home, 2.5 spread, and 222.5 total. Right now, most of the money's going to be on the Bucks. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm kind of siding with the public here with the Bucks. Neither of these teams are on a back-to-back. They both played on the 27th. The Wizards are coming off of a win at home versus Portland. They beat Portland 115-111. Look at the Bucks. The Bucks have lost 3 in a row, and they've lost 6 of their last 7 games. Giannis and Franz does not have Giannis right now. Trade talk about Giannis as well, so who knows where Giannis is going to go. Cole Anthony's questionable. They're missing Kevin Porter, and they're missing Taurean Prince. So they're missing a lot of players, a lot of core players here. So it's really looking at Ryan Rollins, Portis, potentially Kyle Kuzma, as much as I hate to say that. Who's going to step it up? Probably going to be Rollins, in my opinion. This is a good matchup in terms of scoring versus the Wizards. When you look at the Wizards side of things, they're missing Marvin Bagley, missing Vukcevic, missing Whitmore, missing Trae Young, obviously. And then they got Alex Sarr, who is also questionable. Now, Sarr just had a pop-off game the other day. We took Sarr versus Portland. It was a free play. I mean, he had like 40-something PRA. A very easy cash for us. Now, if Sarr's not playing tonight, I will be taking Milwaukee. If Sarr plays, I might end up running the Wizards for plus money. So I'm not sure where I want to go yet. This game really depends on Sarr for me. If Sarr is missing, like I said, it's a big piece missing to this Washington puzzle, which they don't have an insanely good team anyway, in my opinion. So I would say take the Bucks. As of right now, I'm saying go with the Bucks at minus 122. That's going to be my pick for this game. But I do think Washington at home could potentially win. And if Sarr plays, maybe that's the line I want to end up leaning. So maybe Washington plus 123. But we'll figure that out here in just a minute. As of right now, my pick is the Bucks, and I'm standing behind that in a decently confident manner. Next game, is going to be the Sixers taking on the Kings. This one's going to be in Philly, minus 456 favorites, 11.5 spread, 229.5 total, with most of the money going to be on Philly money line. When you look at these two teams, Philly is coming off of a win versus the Bucks. They beat the Bucks by 17 2 days ago. You look at the Kings have lost 6 games in a row after winning 4 in a row. So this team went on a 7-game loss streak, 4-game win streak, 6-game loss streak. So will they continue that loss streak, or will they come out and get an upset win versus the Sixers, which is definitely possible. Looking at this Kings team, Westbrook is questionable, Malik Monk is questionable, and then Keegan Murray is sitting once again. On the Philly side of things, Ball-Champ is out. Embiid is probable, Paul George is probable, and then Grimes is questionable. Now, in my personal opinion, Philly wins this game, especially at home. They definitely have the superior team. Now, I actually think the Kings keep this competitive. I'm not expecting a blowout here, even though when you have a minus 456 favorites, sometimes in the NBA that can lead to a blowout, but a lot of times the National Blowout Association doesn't go the way that you expect. For all we know, man, the Kings come out here and beat Philly by 20. That can definitely happen. The way that we've been seeing these NBA games go, it would not surprise me if the Kings win. I do think this stays competitive. I do think that Sabonis is going to be a good pick today. I think Sabonis is going to have a good game. He's been playing bigger minutes, and give me Sabonis here for a good game. In terms of picking the winner, I'm going to run with the Sixers. I don't realistically think the Kings win, but if you think they do, then plus 456 or 462 right here, you're getting very, very good odds on Novig, and I'd say lock it in. Next game is going to be the Bulls versus the Heat. Chicago is plus 117 underdogs, at home. 1.5 spread, 238.5 total. Very fast-paced games. Going to be very good for props. Now, for some reason, I can't see the public betting on this, and I'm going to refresh. Maybe that changes. It did. Cool. So right now, it's around a 50-50 split. 68% of the money on Miami minus 1.5. Looking at how these teams have been playing, you can see the Bulls have won. So let's talk about the Bulls. The Bulls won 4 in a row. They're a very streaky team, and I say this every single video. They're very streaky. They'll win a bunch, lose a bunch, win a bunch, lose a bunch, win a bunch, lose a bunch, and it's just over and over, a little yo-yo effect. They went on a win streak. Is this their chance for a loss streak? Potentially, man. This could potentially be where they go on 3 or 4 losses in a row. They're playing against the Heat. The Heat have been a good team. The Heat have won 3 of their last 5. The Bulls have won 4 of their last 6, so they've been playing good as well. They did just get beat by the Pacers, and they got beat by the Lakers the game before that. Now, looking at them injuries here, Tyler Hero doubtful, Davion Mitchell questionable. Obviously, we know where Rozier is, jail. Chicago missing Zach Collins, missing potential or most likely Trey Jones. Kawamura is out, and Emmanuel Miller is still out. But they do have Josh Giddey, they have Kobe White, and they have Vucevic. So this is going to be a very fast-paced game, in my opinion. Very good for props. I like Norman Powell today. I like Bam today. I like Vucevic today, actually. I know Vucevic is a wild card. And both these teams are on back-to-backs. So you got to remember that. So both teams Heat played at home yesterday. Bulls played on the road. So the Bulls are traveling back home, and then the Heat are traveling to Chicago. So both teams traveling. Neither team's getting the benefit here other than Chicago is playing at home, but they just come off of a road game. So neither team or both teams probably going to be pretty tired. Both teams around the same in terms of how well they've been playing. So this game legitimately could go either way. The odds reflect that. If I had to pick a winner on this game, I'm going to say give me the Heat. I think the Heat can come out here and get a win on the road versus the Bulls. But that's just because of the Bulls' streakiness is pretty much what I'm looking at there. Next game on the slate is going to be the Hornets versus the Mavericks. Hornets looking like fire as of lately. Mavericks are plus 156 underdogs at home. Right now, even money in terms of where the money is, 52% versus 48%. A 4.5 spread, 226.5 total. Hornets coming off of a win versus the Grizzlies. Mavericks coming off of a loss versus Minnesota. Both teams played pretty tough games. I will say Memphis got beat by about 15 points. So maybe I'm not sure how many minutes these starters played. Knuppel ended up playing 26 minutes yesterday, so not big minutes there. Brandon Miller played, let's see his minutes, 29 minutes, so not huge minutes here. I mean, they're getting around regular minutes yesterday, so it's not like they're going to be rested by any means. Looking at these two teams, like I said, the Hornets have been winning a lot. They're on a 4-game win streak. They've won 5 of the last 6. Their only loss is going to be to the Cavs. They beat the Sixers. They beat the Magic. That was in Orlando. They beat Memphis in Memphis. They beat Denver in Denver. So they have been actually looking very, very good as of lately. Whereas the Mavericks, they've won 4 of their last 6 as well. Now, they've lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Lakers, and they lost to Minnesota. You put them at home, and they've won 52% of games. And if you look at them as of lately, this team as of lately has won almost every game at home. They've lost 4 of the last 20. So, been very, very strong at home. I think we can do last 10, or we'll do last 20 at home, the 60% win rate. So, still winning a lot. Hornets on the road. They've won 42% of their games. They've won a lot lately. They're on a 3-game win streak on the road, but still, it's the Hornets. Now, being on a back-to-back, do I trust the Hornets? I don't know. KJ Simpson and Mason Plumlee out. Dallas missed an AD once again. Cooper Flagg questionable. Gafford questionable. Kyrie still out. Klay Thompson questionable. This is what we need to look for. If Flagg and Gafford or Thompson end up sitting, it leads to me wanting to run the Hornets, and I want to run the Hornets anyway. Now, it's just tough because Dallas is a decent team at home, I will say that. And the Hornets on the road in Memphis, the day after on the road in Dallas. So 2 back-to-back road games. It's really tough on a team. Plus 156, it's hard to not run the Mavericks. We'll see what happens with injury news here. I can't pick a winner. If some of these questionable players end up sitting for Dallas, give me the Hornets. If they all play, give me the Mavericks at home plus 156. I can't give a definite answer here because there are too many unknowns in terms of injuries for this game. Next game on the slate is going to be the Nets versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets are minus 245 at home, 7.5 spread, 209.5 total, 55 to 45 split on the money line right now. Looking at these two teams, the Nets have looked absolutely horrendous. They lost, 5 games in a row, won a game, lost 6 games in a row. So they've won 1 of their last 12 games. They have not looked strong at all. Whereas the Nuggets have been winning pretty consistently. They've been a lot better than I thought they would be without Jokic. We talked about that the other day. Right now, the Nets are missing a lot of players. Clowney is out. Dimon is out. Highsmith is out. Terrence Mann questionable. Cam Thomas is out. Williams is out. Looking at Denver, they're missing Tamar Bates, Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson. Jokic is still out. Probable Jamal Murray and Joe Val. So Murray and Joe Val have been pretty much carrying this team on their back. I'm expecting something similar tonight. Now, looking at where this Nets team has been, they're due for a win. These teams are due for regression as well as progression. And I say that all the time. When a team has lost like 8 or 9 games in a row, you have to understand that they are going to get a win eventually. And this is a game that the Nets can win. This Nuggets team is not like some dominant team that can't be beat. They can be beat. If the Nets come out here, this is a spot where they can get an upset for plus 257. Now, there's so many injuries for the Nets. I don't expect them to come out here and win. I don't expect, this isn't some game I'm like, you guys need to go lock this in by any means whatsoever. But I think there's potential here. I think there is live dog potential here. In terms of player props, Michael Porter Jr. playing against his former team. Last time they played, he had like 44 PRA. He looked very, very good. Give me Michael Porter Jr. for whatever you want to take him for tonight. Jamal Murray is going to be another one. Not very many player props I like in this game a lot. It's a very low-scoring total, but I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to be pretty much my favorite prop on in this game for sure. Next game on the slate is going to be the Pistons versus the Suns. This is a spot where I'm going to go ahead and say it. Give me the Pistons, man. The Pistons are too strong. There is a lot of money on Detroit, which scares me slightly. Phoenix is plus 170 at home, 4.5 spread, 214.5 total. Looking at these two teams, the Pistons have won 76% of games on the season. Even on the road, they've won 71% of games. They're on a 4-game win streak on the road. They've won back-to-back games versus Denver and the Kings. They did lose their first 3 games ago. They lost to the Rockets, but still a very, very strong team. Suns are missing Devin Booker still, so we could look at Booker, Colin Gillespie, and Jalen Green questionable. So Booker out, those 2 questionable. Either one of these sits a huge loss for the Suns. Now, the Suns can 100% win this game. I'm not saying they're not live dogs because they are, especially at home. This Suns team has been very, very good. At home, they've won 71% of their games. They've won, look at this, 7 of their last 8 games. They just beat the Nets. They did lose to Miami, though, at home. So the Pistons can definitely come on the road and beat them. A lot of money on the Pistons right now, which scares me slightly, but give me Detroit. I think this is probably one of my favorite money lines on the slate today at minus 160. So to give me Detroit money line, I'm not going to play the spread or anything, but yeah, that's probably my favorite money line, like I said. Last game on the slate we have is going to be OKC taking on Minnesota. This one's going to be in Minnesota. Timberwolves are plus 223 at home, 6.5 spread, 224.5 total. Most of the money is going to be on Timberwolves money line, as well as OKC minus 6.5. So looking at these two teams, Timberwolves have won back-to-back games. They beat Golden State on the second game, and they beat Dallas at home in Dallas, or on the road in Dallas, their last game, which was yesterday. Thunder on 2 days rest. They just beat the Pelicans in OKC. They finally broke their 2-game loss streak. Looking at OKC, they're missing Alex Caruso. They're missing A.J. Mitchell. They're missing Thomas Sorber, obviously. Topic is out. Kaysen Wallace is questionable. And then Jalen Williams is still out. Looking at Minnesota, Terrence Shannon, the only one out. Ant-Man's not questionable as well. This game's tough. Minnesota's a good team. I don't think that they're just going to get dominated by OKC. OKC has too many injuries. A fully healthy OKC team, and I'd be like, yeah, give me OKC right now. They're minus 212, though. Now, Minnesota on a back-to-back worries me, too. I will say that. But OKC minus 215, missing all these players in Minnesota versus Minnesota. Minnesota's a strong team. Yesterday they played on the road. So, yeah, they're on the road today, or they've been traveling is what I meant. So this team's not fully rested or anything like that. OKC traveling to Minnesota. I feel like it's even in that aspect. When you look at teams, you look at OKC's injured team, they have struggled. They have been having a hard time winning even at home. Put them on the road against a strong team. I'm okay with taking Minnesota here. Now, do I love Minnesota here? No, I don't love it, but I'm probably going to sprinkle half a unit on Minnesota at plus 223. I'm just going to throw that out there. Probably going to be a half unit play. Give me Minnesota for plus 200. I think this is a spot where they can beat OKC. I do think OKC is the better, fully healthy team. Yes, I do think OKC can come on the road and beat them. Yes, they have a 77% win rate on the road. They've won 4 of their last 5 games on the road, and they beat a lot of teams pretty badly. 20-point wins here versus the Rockets versus Cleveland. They beat Cleveland by 32, so they've been dominating some of these teams on the road, but they are missing a lot. It's going to be the SGA show most likely, but I do think Minnesota can win. And Minnesota at home, 67% win rate. They've won most of their games. So give me Minnesota at plus 212. I think the odds there are too good to pass up. Favorite money lines for this slate. Let's go ahead and talk about them. As of right now, my favorite money line is going to be Pistons. Once again, guys, just because I say these are my favorite does not mean they're the ones that's going to hit. I can say my favorite's the Pistons. My least favorite is going to be the Nets, and the Nets could win and the Pistons could lose. Can 100% happen. I think the Pistons win. I like the Hornets if injury news suit the Hornets. If injury news don't suit the Hornets, give me the Mavericks. I will be paying attention to this, and I will be making my bet accordingly to the injury news here. I do like Miami versus the Bulls. This game could go either way. Both teams could definitely win this game. I like the Rockets to beat the Hawks. Give me the Rockets to win. Give me the Bucks right now if injury news happens for Sarr. If Sarr plays, I do think Washington is going to be a live dog. But right now, I'm going to say Bucks. I think the Bucks win. So those are my teams. Give me the Bucks. Give me Rockets. Give me Detroit. Those are going to be my favorite ones. And then Timberwolves plus 225 or 223 for half a unit. Half a unit on that. No more than half a unit. Probably a quarter unit for most people if you don't have a big bankroll. That's my picks. Let's go ahead and jump into some player props. I will say, if you guys do want to get a free month of our VIP, you can sign up for any of our partnered apps down in the description. The one I recommend the most is going to be Parlay Play. Yes, I have had a horrendous month on Parlay Play. There's not much I can say about that. Parlay Play has been bad to me. It's been the only app that I've been negative on this month so far. So let's continue to be profitable this month. Parlay Play will give you a deposit match up to $100. They will give you $5 for free if you use code Fantasy Aces, and you get free VIP. Not many people have Parlay Play. If you don't have it, this is your chance to get free VIP. I like the app a lot. The app is not the problem. It's my picks. I split a lot of slips. They give a ton of promos. They're very selective about their promos, and their promos have been biting me in the ass as of lately. So I'm going to start toning down the promos on Parlay Play and start just playing the picks that I like myself. And just quick question to myself and just letting their promos kind of bait me in, because that tends to be, they give a lot of 3 points made. For example, Maxey today, 3 points made. Maxey can drop threes, but I have been getting very unlucky. So the 3-pointers, they'll shoot 10 threes and hit one of them. And that's what's been the consistently happening to me all month long on Parlay Play. So yes, any app down in the description gets you a free month. Upside Tools is another app that I'm partnered with. Upside Tools is an optimizer. What it does is it takes all of the plays from our apps like Prizepicks, Underdog. It compares them directly back against the books, and it gives you percent odds to hit. So 55.6% chance for this to hit. It's Cole Anthony under 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So this is a regular line on Prizepicks. It's 15.5 on other apps, 17.5 on Novig to go under -143. So based off the odds, it gives you a number here. If you want to try it out for 5 days for free, highly recommend it. Code ACES down in the description will get you a 5-day free trial and 25% off your first month. That's Upside Tools, which is a great optimizer if you want to try it out. So that being said, I'm going to take a sip of my energy drink. Let's go ahead and lock in some of these plays live. So first slip of the day that I'm going to lock in is going to be for our man Michael Porter Jr. I like his original line today. I'm not buying him down, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because of who he's playing against. He's playing against his former team. The dude is missing, or the Nets are missing so many players. And I'm telling you, I think the Nets keep this game competitive. That being said, you put Porter Jr. in a competitive game, missing half of his players he's missing. We can do without player. You can do Clowney, Highsmith, Zaire Williams, Cam Thomas. There's no games this season where they're missing any of them. You do without just Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas himself is going to bring up a lot of usage for our man Michael Porter Jr. I know Cam Thomas hasn't been, I don't know if he started the last game or not. I know he's been coming off the bench lately from his injury, but he is still like one of their better scorers on that team. They're going against the Nuggets. Like I said, his former team, you can see his only game this season back on January 4th. He had 43 PRA. He had 27 points alone, 11 rebounds. He's going to try to pop off versus this team. Now, if he has a bad game where he's not making his shots, you can see he's averaging 18.6 field goal attempts. He's coming off a game where he had 24 shots versus Phoenix. They ended up losing that game by 4 points. Very close. The game before that, they got blown out by the Clippers. He had 11 shot attempts. He didn't play that many minutes, and he wasn't hitting the shots he was playing. 27% field goal percentage. So we need him to hit his shots. We need his game to stay competitive for him to cash this line. I think it happens. Give me Porter Jr., man. I think this line is low enough to where he can cash it. And it's a 1.67x. That's what I'm going to play. Who am I going to pair him with? I'm going to pair Porter Jr. with either Norman Powell or Bam. I'm struggling to figure out which one I like better. So you got Norman Powell for 17.5 points or 24.5 PRA. Both those pay out the same. And then you have Bam as well for 15 points. And this one I like a lot as well. So 15 points for Bam or 18 for Norman Powell is kind of what I'm struggling to choose between. Bam as of lately. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Bam is one of those guys that when I play him, he plays trash, and when I don't play him, he has a 40-point game. So you can see Bam lately. He's been dropping 20 to 30 points per game over his last 10 games, averaging 16 field goal attempts, almost 17 per game. He had 14 his last game versus the Magic. The game before that, he had 16 versus Phoenix. He had 19 versus Utah. They're playing against Chicago. Chicago has one of the worst points defenses to the center position. Head-to-head, Bam has had 15 points in every single game versus the Bulls in his last 5, averaging almost 20 points per game. He's averaging 70 or averaging 18 on the season. So that's with 14.4 field goal attempts. So, yes, I think Bam is a good play, but it's Norman Powell, man. Let's go ahead and pull Norman Powell up, and we'll try to make my decision live with you guys because I'm still struggling to see where I want to go. So over 24.5 PRA. Powell's averaging 25 over his last 10. So he's been struggling a little bit. He's been hooking me on this a lot. He does have an 80% hit rate on the season. He's cashed one of his 2 versus Chicago. When you come down here and you look at his points at 17.5, he's cashed both in his last 2 games versus the Bulls. And then if you look at him this season, he has an 86% hit rate at 18 points. Now, last 10 games is 7. He's averaging 19 points per game, so he's averaging around the same points per game as Bam. He's taken around the same amount of field goal attempts, 15.6 field goal attempts per game, and Bam's line is lower. So he had 15.6 over his last 10 field goal attempts, whereas Bam is having 16.7. So Bam's actually taking more shots over his last 10 games than Norman Powell has, and he has a great matchup versus Vucevic. So I think I just convinced myself to take Bam. The payout's a little bit less for Bam. It's still a double up on this slip. I like this slip, man. This is what I'm going to lock in. So let's lock it in. $250 for double up to win $510. locking that in. I have Bam with Michael Porter Jr., and then I locked that slip in, and I also locked it in already. I locked this one in early because I was scared the payout was going to drop on me, and hopefully it didn't because it was like a 1.78x or something. But we got Bam and Michael Porter Jr. on the first slip, and then the second slip I had Sabonis with Vucevic. So let's pull Sabonis up. Sabonis is having big minutes. Like I said, I think the Kings legitimately keep this game closer than people expect. And it could be a blowout. It could. But Sabonis for 30 PRA is not that high anyway when he's actually playing minutes. So look at Sabonis. 2 of his last 3 games he's cashed. One of those games he had 30 minutes. The one he went under, he had 24 minutes. He had 33 minutes his last game 2 days ago. It's versus Philly. Philly's going to have Embiid playing. Their defense, the stats they give up to the center position, not a whole lot, but it's Sabonis. Head-to-head, he's had 38 and 45 in his last 2 games versus Philly or versus the Sixers. He had 36 minutes and then 40 minutes in those 2 games, respectively. 30 is very low. He still cashed at 60% of games. He cashed at 86% of games last season. 29.5 is not a huge line for Sabonis. They're missing Keegan Murray, potentially Malik Monk, and Russell Westbrook. So give me the Sabonis here. I think he comes back. I think he has a good game today, and 30 PRA is not that many for him, so I'm going to lock him in. You can see who I paired him with. I'm taking a chance for our man Vucevic. Like I said, Vucevic is a wild card, man. He can have good games. He can have bad games. I think he has a good game today. So coming over versus Miami. Miami is a team that plays at a very fast pace. It's a very fast-paced game. 24.5 for Vooch is not a high line. He's cashed this line 9 of his last 10 games. He's averaging 32 PRA in his last 10. He's been playing very, very good lately. 72% hit rate on the season, and he's cashed just 3 of his last 4 versus Miami. He did chalk it. I mean, his only game this season so far versus Miami, where he only had 13 PRA and he played 20 minutes, so it was a blowout. They got beat by 40. This game shouldn't be a blowout. It should stay competitive. Versus Miami, they give up a decent amount of stats. Vucevic, I think, has a good game. So that's my personal opinion. I like it, and you can see I locked it in myself. So I'm going to refresh this, show you guys my money is where my mouth is. We got Sabonis with Vucevic. We got Bam with Porter. 250 to win 430, 250 to win 510, 500 to win 947 overall. So lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys cash every slip. Sorry the video got up late. I had to do a lot of things this morning. Didn't have a chance to record. But we got it out anyway. Hopefully we cash. Join the Discord if you haven't already. We'd love to have you in there. And I'll see y'all in the next one.